Like, let's say this is only like 30 or 40% faster, not the fastest, not that impressive, but what if it does just work? If this product here is like the same performance as a 4090 and costs $500 cheaper, it's like, would you, it's like you have two choices. You buy it and be happy with it, or you feel guilty you don't have the Nvidia one for the Reddit clout. Just buy this. Who gives a shit, right? People are super weird, man. Let's actually watch the ADOREDTV video first, because he just released one about the next gen AMD, and then we'll react to it, and then we'll talk about it, right? You know what's funny about this title? AMD's Zen moment. Does nobody remember how bad Zen was? It's like the weirdest, dude, it's like the weirdest paradigm I've ever seen in the hardware space. This is the Zen moment. It's like, bro, Zen was dog shit. Zen was terrible. Zen Plus was fucking terrible. Zen 2 terrible. Zen 3 barely functional. Zen 4 is the first one that doesn't have the AM dip. First one, no AM dip. And that's only because mine does 2133 fabric. So it took 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth generation Zen architecture. Finally, it's actually playable in fucking games. Finally, on the 5th one, dude. This is the Zen moment. Sure as hell hope not. Dude, if this is the Zen moment, we'll be a fucking RDNA 11th gen before it actually fucking works. That's not a good thing to say, man. You know what I'm saying?
AMD wins next generation, absolutely, and by a large distance. I'm talking R300 all over again. I am talking a generational gap in performance against NVIDIA, which is only going to get bigger over the following years.
See, this is why this guy, I think this is why, this guy, he didn't get shut down. He kind of got canceled a little bit by the hardware enthusiast community because he just got so much shit constantly wrong, right? That everyone kind of stopped watching him and shit. And I guess all the negativity just got to him and he quit or whatever. But dude, he literally just said that AMD is going to be generationally faster than NVIDIA. Are you out of your fucking mind? You're talking about NVIDIA.
And I am
You don't think they could bring out chiplets tomorrow if they didn't want to?
well aware of the risks involved with
What did Jensen say? We have chiplets. We're just really good at making monolithic dies. They already have the chiplets.
that kind of prediction. So
They have do you know how fast the bandwidth is on NVLink? It makes Infinity Fabric look like a fucking joke, dude.
why I'm not saying this lightly. I'm saying it
They already
because
have the
it's what's gonna
fabric.
happen. The same as I knew what would happen to Intel. There is nothing NVIDIA
Oh, dude, no. Yeah, this is cringe, dude. This is hard cringe.
of which there is zero evidence of. GPU chiplets are just that good. It might not happen this year, but it's coming. NVIDIA are going to get Intel'd.
Oh man, adored. No. NVIDIA gonna get Intel'd. No, dude, that's not gonna happen. That was a bad video, Jim. That was bad. I think he might have done that to just clickbait or rage bait people, maybe, or to try and get on the AMD fanboys' good side. I don't think that's possible. He might be trying to farm the AMD fanboy clicks for that one, right? So I think they were smart in doing only memory on the chiplets. This is very similar to the 3D cache type shit, right? So they already got that 3D cache shit down, right? So I think that's actually a really good thing. The L2 is still on the main die, I believe, right? This is more just like an L3. So I don't see this introducing very large AM dips. Like, I think the dip will be very small, right? Because, like, do you remember when Zen 3 came out? Like, here's how this goes, right? This is the 5950X, right? And the dip was like this. Boom, like that, right? And then the 5800X3D, it was like, the dip was like, it's still there, but the 3D like mitigated it by that much, right? So I think you're gonna see the same thing with the 7900 XT, right? So if you're at like 1000 FPS and it dips to 800, who gives a shit? That's gonna be where that argument lies, right? So if you're, or let's say if you're playing COD in 1440p, like let's say you're playing COD 1440p, right? And then the 4090 is getting, what was it getting, 300 in Ground War? Let's say with no dips, right? Let's say the 7900 XTX also gets 300, and then it dips to like 275. But you also save $500. Right? Sure. Like that's still a really viable argument for this product, right? It's like, oh yeah, I might dip 25, but I saved $500. Like, I'm still good, right? So I think that might be okay there. That's not going to be the problem, right? This is going to be the problem. That's going to be the problem. Dude. If anything is wrong with the driver whatsoever, it will not get fixed until 2 years after. 6 months to 2 years. Right? This is the fucking problem. Right? Also, here's another thing. AMD has not released a GPU in the last 10 years that hasn't been overhyped and under-delivered. Garbage. The last 10 years. You go all the way back to the Fury. When did the Fury come out? The Fury against the 980 Ti. Garbage. Vega against 10 series. Garbage. Radeon 7 versus 2000 series. Garbage. 5700 XT. Garbage. 6900 XT. Garbage. Right? Every single fucking generation has been garbage, right? Now, 5700, the Radeon 7 drivers still don't work. That never got fixed. 5700 XT black screens didn't get fixed for 8 months. The 6900 XT not working in Apex didn't get fixed for 2 fucking years. And Warzone, 2 years, man. Dude, imagine you bought a 6900 XT on launch day. You couldn't play Warzone for 2 fucking years. It's not acceptable. Right? So I'm not saying that's not, I'm not saying that will happen this generation. All I'm saying is, if history teaches us anything, when you look at Lisa Sue's face on the stage on that day, if she does not look stoked, you know something's not going to go down. You know something's wrong. It's happened every single time. Every time she's announced a fucking graphics card, she has not looked excited. Okay? Not like she did with Zen, right? Then there's this problem, right? AMD GPUs work best on AMD platform, which that could be a pro or a con, right? AMD doesn't care about gaming whatsoever, dude. Neither does Nvidia. They just know that's their bread and butter, right? Why would you hire? That makes no sense. Why would you hire more driver developers for 15% market share? That's a bad investment. They know that this 15% of AMD fanboys are just going to buy it anyway. You don't have to take care of those people. Those people are going to download Linux. They're going to fix the drivers themselves. They're going to go into the fucking APIs and shit. They're going to spend 20 hours on a terminal screen fixing drivers for AMD. That's who buys that shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? They don't got to do that shit. Price, I'll say. See, if they benchmark it. See, if they show AM dumb sponsored titles like Tomb Raider and all that shit, and they show it on par, I would say $12.99. The same price as the 4080 16 gig for the top model. That's what I think for the XTX. And then does the XT has a cut down memory bus, doesn't it? It's only 20 gigs, right? I'll say $9.99 for the XT. That's what I think is going to happen here. If it's on par, which they will show it will be, but I think that's what it's going to be. What do you guys think? So maybe I'll say at best 30 to 40% better than 6900 XT. Now this bandwidth will matter more in 4K, but I'm talking about like esports and 1440p and shit, right? I don't think it's going to be much of a burger, dude. This seems much more in line with what AMD does. Like, their shit's always disappointing, dude. Like, don't worry about the hype. Look at the math. Look at the this is exactly what we got going from, yeah, there you go. Going from 2080 Ti to 3090 Ti was 30 to 40%. It's the exact same. It's the exact same. Let me catch up here. Minus the chiplet problems. We're not even factoring in chiplet problems with that. Yeah, I don't know anything about that stuff in Insured Frames. All I'm saying at the end of the day is every single graphics generation from AMD gets hyped up by I guess weirdos on the internet that make videos for 40 minutes, right? They always get hyped up and they are always a colossal fucking dumpster fire, dude. For the last decade, I'm not going down that hype road again. We are the anti-hype channel here. We anti-hype, dude. 10 years of dumpster fires. 10 years, dude. And it took them 5 generations of Zen. Zen 4 now is the only one that's actually playable in games. 5 Zen generations to not have an AM dip. 5. When did Zen come out, dude? Zen 1, I don't know. If you want to get hyped, that's on you, dude, but I don't do that shit. Zen 1 launched in 2017. 5 years. Almost 6 years. Almost 6 years. 5 years, let's say 5. 5 years of dumpster fires, dude. Whether or not they got market share because of dumb tech tubers saying it's awesome because of the cores is a different matter. In reality's terms speaking, they were dog shit for gaming. They were dumpster fires, dude. Took them 5 fucking years, dude. I'm not holding my breath for this shit, dude. I don't care if it's a real ALU. I don't care. Dude, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. AMD has proven nothing ever changes. Yeah, dude. I actually love Zen 4. Not gonna lie. Dude, I like literally like the from the 13900K, the 4090, and the 7950X, out of these, so I've been benchmarking all these for the last like few weeks. Out of all of these, this is my favorite product, dude. It's awesome. It's just like, yeah, it's not the fastest, but they finally got that shit working, dude. Like, it finally works. Like, I can finally say, if you buy AMD, it's not hot garbage. Like, that's mad. Like that. Like. So, in terms of progress forward, this one made the largest leap, right? Going from the 5950X / 5900X 3D. It's like, these are borderline unusable to 100% usable. And then it's like, if you go up here, 12900K to 3900K, it's like, 3.5% at best, right? Who gives a shit? Or 3090 Ti to 4090. It's like, if you're playing at anything but 4K, it's like 25%. This is still usable, right? But this down here is like unusable to usable. So this was the best product this gen so far for me, dude. Or I should say, the most surprising to me, right? I'm like, oh, seems like AMD's got their shit together finally. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's fucking great, right? Like, this is the best product, right? And so I don't measure product excitement in terms of overall performance. Otherwise, the 4090 would have excited me a lot more. Product features and usability excite me way more, dude, right? Like, DLSS 3.0 doesn't excite me. It might one day, but right now it doesn't, right? But here's the other thing that could be very impressive. Like, let's say this is only like 30 or 40% faster, not the fastest, not that impressive. But what if it does just work? And it's super power efficient. Pulls like fucking 150. Then just like Zen 4, this would have become my favorite product this generation, because it went from unusable to usable. And they also did it in one generation, and they also had a proof of concept for the chiplets. And then the next one I would be hyped over, right? Like, there are things to be hyped about that aren't maximum performance, right? Like, I just want AMD to just get their shit to just work. Like, that's where my hype level is at with AMD. Like, if they can just get it to work in everything with no fucking issues, I'd be like, yeah, AMD fucking nailed it, dude. Just going from unusable to usable means that we got some real competition, boys. You know what I mean? Then we're talking. Then we're Gucci, right? If they have like 10,000 more performance, but dip and unusable, who fucking cares? Just get the fuck out of here. I don't want this garbage, right? I'll take a fucking 2080 Ti over this garbage, right? It doesn't matter. Like, 10,000 times faster. Yeah, give me my 2080 Ti. Thanks. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Unusable in 20% of the games. Do you know what I'm saying? There's far lower hanging fruit to get hyped over than the maximum performance of a product. There's a lot of low hanging fruit out there. How about just game compatibility? How about that, right? Oh yeah, my goal is to hit 20,000 subs before Christmas. That's my goal. If you got any buddies or friends that don't watch the channel, refer that shit, folks. Gotta hit that 20K. Oh, sure, yeah. We'll do some ocean view shit too. Of course, you got when it comes to AMD graphics cards, you got to show ocean view, you got to show loading screens, and you never show 1% lows. That's just the way you roll when it comes to fucking Warzone videos, man.